How's it, gaming? I'm Phil in the Blanks, and welcome to Star Fox 2. And if you grew up in the 90s and played Star Fox on the original Super Nintendo, you might not remember this sequel. And that's because it was not released originally on the Super Nintendo. We will get into that in a second. I just want to concentrate on this incredibly well done opening. This is insane. Like, this is so much better than the original Star Fox. Look at this. The frame rate's better. The general animation in certain things is better. It's really, really well done. It actually uses the Super FX2 chip instead of just the regular Super FX chip. I think that's the same chip that that Yoshi's Island used. But yeah, it's a big improvement already right off the bat. So what is Star Fox 2? It was originally like 95% to 100% completed back in 1995. They were going to release it, and then they were like, you know what? We don't want to take away from the N64. I mean, the PlayStation, the Sega CD they were already out, and so they just shelved this. Then in 2017, when they released the SNES mini console, they included this on there for the first time officially. So let's just jump right in there. We're going to play Mission. I'm just going to play on normal. And the reason for that, I'll tell you after this. I have returned. I shall make the Cornerians suffer. Inhabitants of Corneria, you shall fear my vengeance. I will demonstrate my awesome power on all of Lilat. Cool. Ooh, what a cool map screen. Feels like it's got more colors than Star Fox 1, too. Star Fox team, do you read me? I have terrible news. Our sworn enemy, the fiend Andross, is alive. Even as we speak, he is launching an assault on Corneria. The battle carriers and attack forces of Andross are now advancing on Corneria. Enemy bases have been established on overrun planets. Planetary missiles will be fired from these enemy bases. Once again, we must ask you for your assistance, Star Fox. Corneria will survive if it sustains minor damage, but if it reaches 100%, it's all over. Engage the forces of Andross while at the same time keeping damage to Corneria at the lowest level possible. Good luck. And you get to choose from the many various characters like Fox and Falco and Peppy and Slippy, but you also get two new characters only in this game. That is Miyu and Faye, and we're going to use them because they're only in this game, so it's just really cool to use them instead of the regular Star Fox team. The animations, it's so neat. Whee! Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so smooth comparatively. Very, very cool. Okay, so what is this game? Select a destination by moving the cursor, and yeah, basically you need to engage the missiles and the carriers and whatnot before Corneria just explodes. So we're gonna go and let's intercept this missile here, and you get into little mini battles, almost like a little RPG, except it's a flight simulator RPG. It's pretty cool. So this is like you have two targets, and that's the two missiles. Take them out. If you want to speed up, thank you, Miyu. I know, thank you. And that's, yeah. So there's a lot to talk about here. First of all, so many ideas of this game come here, missile. Jeez, I am such a bad shot. There we go. A lot of the ideas from this game went on to other games. As you could probably tell, all range mode, the fact that you can fly wherever you want, comes back in Star Fox 64. The idea of like a little mini map like this and you control it and then get into mini little dogfights, that's Star Fox Command for the DS. There's just a lot of really, really cool things. Jeez, I love the cinematic quality of this game. But yeah, so like I said, it never came out for the original Super Nintendo, but it did come out for the SNES mini console, and a couple of years later came out on the Switch Online. So if you have a Switch or a Switch 2, this is available on the Switch Online Super Nintendo games, which is just really, really cool. I'm always disappointed when I hear about a game getting canceled that was like near completion. But Nintendo is one of the few companies that does do something with them sometimes, not all the time. They do something with this, like on the Virtual Boy Virtual Console, but that's not what I mean. On the little NSO thing, they're going to be releasing never-before-released Virtual Boy games too. I think that's really neat. Anyways, this is an attack carrier. Really, right now, you don't need to attack anything. You just kind of fly to it, and the game will take over. And instead of like a regular level like in Star Fox, you have a little bit of a trench run, and then you gotta attack the core. Actually, this is very similar to one of the levels in the original Star Fox, so that is something. But other levels act more like little dungeons where you can see the map up there, which is kind of neat. The idea of Star Fox having a mini-map at the top right. Ooh, you General Peppercoin! I have no idea what to do. They're like collectibles, and they're there, but I figured why not collect them. And when you get to the boss here, we'll transform into the little walker, which is something they used in Star Fox Zero, I believe. Star Fox Zero being the only Star Fox game I've never played. But yeah, there we go. Isn't that neat? So many cool ideas, and there we go. That's done. Let's go on. So the reason I'm playing this on normal, by the way, and not hard, and definitely not an expert, is not because all of hard mode is hard. It's actually not that bad. But the one-on-one dogfights against Starwolf, because yes, Starwolf is in this game too, I find them really difficult on hard mode, and I can't really do them very well, so I'm like, alright, well, normal it is. It doesn't really matter. The idea is basically the same, no matter what. Just which planets you go to and how many attack carriers and whatnot is kind of randomized. Ooh, here we go. Here's some Starwolf. I am Pigma of the Starwolf wing. Behold my talent. We got Pigma Dengar. Antros paid me well as being an easy job. Yeah, right. Oh, jeez, what a good shot. Oh my god, I got him again. Okay, wow. I don't know that's because I'm playing on normal. I think those are just really good shots, but I find them very difficult to fight on hard. I can't even imagine are they on expert. There we go. Unbelievable, I must be getting old or something. But yeah, 3 of the 4 Starwolf characters are in this game. The only one that's not is Andrew Oikinen, who is Andross's like nephew, I think. He is not in this game, but Leon and Wolf are, and there's another character, I think his name is Algie. I think he was meant to be like he looks like a little monkey, so I think he was meant to be like Andross's nephew or something. So here we go, we get an actual main level here. And I like to, for the most part, be the walker, but unless there's like a big guy there, sometimes it's better to just be the R-wing. But the point is, it says target 2, that's not the enemies. We need to find little switches and step on them, and that will cause kind of the main dungeon or whatever, the base, to open up, and then we infiltrate it, take out the core. And that's basically it. Like I said, it's randomized which planets and areas are taken over. So every time you play, it's a little bit different, and the game gives you gives you a little bit of a ranking based on your time and that sort of thing, and how many planets you liberate and that sort of thing. We're doing sort of the bare minimum here. This is a quickie episode, and the game can be a lot longer if you want it to be, but also can be very shortened if you just want to take Andross out, and that's kind of the fun of it. So I do like the idea that every time you play it, it's sort of different, but at the same time, I feel like that makes the game have less replay value than Star Fox and Star Fox 64, which had like multiple routes of the game. This, it's like, you know, you're always gonna find buttons, and you're always gonna go, oh, missiles headed for Cronaria. Oh yeah, by the way, while you're playing, all stuff on the minimap is still happening. Whenever you beat a mission, you'll see like the time added. That's like, the missile heading from Cronaria is still happening. So here we go, we got a little dungeon we need to take out. Sometimes it's like all the enemies, that's usually what I like to do anyways, but I think it just says target 1, so there might be just one specific thing. Oh, it's probably that switch right there, but we're gonna take out everything anyways. I'm not really caring for my, oh, right, the switch. I don't really care what my rank is, so I don't really care. Where was it? I've already turned myself around. This is not a big 3D, oh, jeez, it was right there. Goodness, Phil. Take a quick drink while I step on this. And there we go, and then we can continue. This is probably a small one, so the boss is probably right ahead. But in like harder difficulties, the dungeons are like slightly bigger. It's a neat idea. Oh no, there we go. We still got another room. It's cool. I do like the idea. But like I said, from what I've been reading in interviews and stuff, it was Miyamoto's decision to can the game. Specifically because the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation were coming out. I can understand the decision, but like, I was gonna say it probably didn't cost them a lot, but it probably did if they had released it, because the Super FX 2 chip is probably pretty expensive. But this is actually one of my complaints. Other than the Starwolf team, all the bosses are just like cores. Very Descent-like, in my opinion. And you don't get the cool, like, battleships the way you did in Star Fox 1, which I think have a lot more personality and variety in their gameplay. In this, it's very much just dodge some shots and hit the big thing, and that's it. Woo! I love how, I think I'm playing as Faye. Yeah, that's me. Faye does a little backflip, and I don't know, it's cute. I like that a lot. Faye and Miyu never come back, as far as I know. I've played, like I said, every Star Fox game except for Star Fox Zero, and I don't think they're in that, but it's a shame. I would love to see them come back. So the reason I'm playing this game, by the way, I should probably have mentioned that. I have recently played through a bunch of times the new... Jeez, that was quick. Oh my gosh, I ran right into an asteroid. I played the new Star Fox game for Switch 2. Holy shit, guys, it is. Is it good? Is it good or what? I know it's just Star Fox 64. It is. What is that? Oh, that's another Star Wolf team member, isn't it? We got... Aha, Leon of the Star Wolf Wing is now here. I am the Great Leon! So anyways, yeah, the new Star Fox. It's just Star Fox 64, which is the second time they've remade it. And holy crap, it's really, really, really well done. I think it's like the baseline for what remakes should be from Nintendo, going forward. It is extremely faithful and adds all this. Just the stuff that they do add is really welcome, in my opinion. A much more cinematic and story-filled campaign, while, again, everything is very similar to the way it was on the N64 and the 3DS. And then there's the addition of challenges and that sort of thing. I love it. It's basically all I've been playing for the last, 3 days. And I think it's replayability sort of depends on what kind of gamer you are. I've never been one for the big high score stuff on Star Fox 64. I play through all three, kind of, not three, but like routes where I go low and I go high. And then I'm usually done with it for a few years. But this time, man, I want to get everything. I'm really impressed with what they've done to it. Now, there's always going to be minor complaints when you remake a game. Some of the voice acting isn't as good. Some of it, I think, is better. They cut out some of the iconic lines, but whatever. I think overall it is a phenomenal game. I think it's a little expensive for what you're getting out of it, unless you're being like me and you're really going through everything. But for the average person, I could see this one I think probably $60, $50 Canadian is probably the best. But I mean, games don't come out that cheap anymore, so whatever. At least it wasn't $100 Canadian. At least it's not the way Grand Theft Auto is going to be. Was that $80 American, I think? Which is going to be 110 Canadian here, which is crazy to me. But I mean, Grand Theft Auto has a lot of stuff to it, so I kind of get it. I hate it, but I kind of get it. Anyways, that's why I'm playing Star Fox 2. I'm just in a Star Fox mode right now. I'm also, just for fun, testing out the viability for me to play Star Fox Adventures next year. Oh, Star Fox, you made you cur. How dare you challenge me again? He seems very happy. It appears a puny pet rat is running about. How cute. Oh, I think this is where he unleashes... Yes, go play with your pet. Just play nice. The dragon from the opening, it's very cool. Mirage Dragon? Imagine Dragon? No. Oh, jeez. Oh, let's go get it. Oh, it's coming right after me. Kind of a cool little sub-boss or something like this. This is actually really neat. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, the Mirage Dragon's very neat. But yeah, I'm doing a preliminary playthrough to see if Star Fox Adventures is something I want to play on the channel next year. It probably is, but I'm testing how emulation with it works, because I could play the GameCube, my original GameCube version, but it'll be in 480p, because it's my GameCube. And I'm worried they're not going to bring it out on the Switch Online thing. They've been really lazy on releasing GameCube games. So I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 2. I was supposed to play Metroid Prime 2 this year, and I don't think I'm going to. Because I'm waiting for them to finally release it in HD, and emulation on that game is really wonky. But so far, Star Fox Adventures is turning out pretty okay. I'm only a couple hours in. Let's not warp, but let's go back to the mothership. We can get our shields back, and we can warp to any unoccupied planet. We got new planets like Eladard there, I think it was called, which is kind of neat. Here we go. Here's Venom. And weirdly enough, Venom... Come on. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Venom looks super nice now. This is such a weird, alternate timeline of Star Fox. Oh, yes, you can attack the actual missiles before they get sent to Corneria. I love that. Haha, I've destroyed your launch. Take that. But yeah, this is like Venom when it's like okay, and that's kind of the neat part. Like I like the planets that look very nice, because in the original Star Fox 64, it was really just Corneria and like Fortuna, which I guess is called Ficina. I still just call it Fortuna. Is like icy and no one lives there, and Zone S was already destroyed, and you know what I mean? Like, so you don't see a lot of planets that are really inhabited. So I think it's really cool to see this. We're like, wow, this is what Venom is after the original Star Fox, after like they help it out. Because I have no idea how far in the future this is after Star Fox. All I know is that apparently, you know, Star Fox is the Star Fox like mercenary company was obviously very successful, and were able to recruit 2 more people, so that's really cool. In fact, there's actually 2 other kinds of R-Wings in this game, too. You play as Falco or Fox, you play as kind of the original style of R-Wing. But Slippy and Peppy have a different kind. I'm playing as Miyu and Faye, and they have like a different one that's like about speed and less about power, and you can like make yourself invincible with your instead of a bomb. It looks like I picked up actually the thing that allows me to heal up, which is also very good, obviously, especially when you have low shields. So, but yeah, it's just, this is super neat. It's surprising how much more, how many more ideas they had from Star Fox 1. It just is a really, I don't know, I'm explaining it pretty badly, but like, you really see the idea of like when a game gets canceled or something, or maybe not all the ideas get into the game, but they appear later on. And that's one of those things where, like, if a game comes out and you ask, like, the developers, oh, are there any ideas you didn't put in the game? They're usually going to be very coy about that, because they might want to use those ideas in a future game. Oh, come here, you. And that's what this game is. This is, like, future ideas, the video game. So much of this game appears in other Star Fox games. I think that's really, really neat. But yeah, now that Star Fox has come out on the Switch 2, and apparently it's been a fairly good success so far in terms of sales, I really hope that means a new direction for Star Fox. I really need to see what happens next in the story, in the sense that I need every Star Fox game to stop being a reboot of Star Fox. Are they going to bring back Crystal in any way, shape, or form? Are Miyu and Faye ever going to pop back in? What about Panther and Star Wolf, right? Like, I love to see them expand. I know everyone hates the game. I think I'm the only person I've ever met that likes Star Fox Command. But I like Star Fox Command! They tried to do different things. They tried to have unique endings. I want to see more from the series. And I feel like, come here, you. There we go. I feel like Star Fox is ripe for advancements, and I'm really hoping that Star Fox for Switch 2 is the doorway for that, I guess. So there we go, that is the last missile. I'm pretty sure now we can straight up fight Andross. Actually, no, I think Wolf is gonna fight us. We didn't get to see Algae, but Wolf pretty much always attacks us before we can fight Andross. Finally, Andross's forces in the Lilat system are defeated. Press on! You must neutralize Andross once and for all. And there we go. Oh, that's my thing. Hear me, Star Fox. I, Star Wolf, will defeat you now. Oh no, Star Wolf. You're not letting me do that. I love it's so neat. Worthless cowards, you act up and I'll destroy you. He looks kind of mangy. Yeah, it's just funny. But yeah, he's pretty much the same as the other ones. But yeah, it looks like we won't actually see the new Star Wolf member, Algae. It's also sort of a shame. I totally get it, that it's just a one-on-one dogfight. Because in Star Fox 64, it's 4v4. I love that. You have your whole team against Star Wolf's team, and they all have, like, rivals and that sort of thing. There's banter between them. There's a bit of banter here, but that's fine. That's fine. Come here. Come here. Come here. Ooh, good shots. Ooh, good shots. So, obviously, if you die, that's one way to get game over. You actually switch to your partner character, but if both die, that's the game over. Another way to get game over is if Corneria is damaged 200%, and there's a full-on game over sequence where fighters come into Corneria City and blow it up. And I mean, it's still, you know, Super Nintendo FX chip looking thing. But it's really cool. I think this is such a neat game. I don't think I would have liked a lot of it as a kid, just because it's not as straightforward as Star Fox, and I was a very dumb kid. I think my games were very straightforward. But I think this would have been really cool to see. The funny thing is this was actually available for a long time when emulation started being a thing in the late 90s. This is actually one of the first like big unreleased games to be found on the internet. And I remember me and my buddy Derek, like, we downloaded it and we're like, this is crazy. And I don't remember us playing very much of it. Like I said, I was like, it's confusing to me. Aguar, you pathetic fools are completely worthless. I'm assuming you're talking to Star Wolf. Alright, yeah, we just warp straight there. You have no option. Oh, it's super neat. It looks like the Great Fox, but it's like not. It's super, super cool. But yeah, it was just so interesting. It was also a little bit buggy. The one that was leaked online that like everyone has played was not the finished version, so there's a lot of problems with it. And there was like a group of people trying to fix it and whatnot, but the fact that Nintendo was like, we have the 100% completed version and the translation, and we're going to release that is so neat. I really want more of that. I don't know. Do you have any other examples of games like that were like, I mean, I guess you could say like Mario 2, like Japanese Mario 2, The Lost Levels, was like a Western game, like a game that was like never released in North America, and we finally got it, even though it wasn't that many years. Trials of Mana is a really good example of that. But any other examples of just like games that were never released, maybe in a specific area, and then finally did, or just never released anywhere and then did? Because I just think that's super neat. I love that type of stuff. I mean, I remember reading about Star Fox 2 in Nintendo Power. And I remember because they were really confident that was still coming out. They were like, rumors that Star Fox 2 is not coming out have been greatly exaggerated. It'll probably come out early next year. And this is like the November issue. And it's just funny how even Nintendo Power wasn't sure what was happening with Star Fox 2. Because Nintendo Power, if you didn't know, was by Nintendo. I actually didn't know that as a kid. I thought they were just a cool magazine. And now, like, reading it back, you're like, oh, it makes sense why they'd, like, promote this game that was terrible. They were Nintendo. So, they didn't want to call their own products bad. So, oh, dang. Fake wall thing. Well, I'll take you out. So we were seeing, like, a little bit more of an actual, like, dungeon, I guess. Which is, again, very cool. Star Fox Assault for the GameCube has a little bit of that too, like ground missions where you actually get out of the R-Wing. I remember the controls not being great on that one. It's like the only thing that I really remember not liking about Star Fox Assault. I remember the scope being incredible. That opening stage was just so good. Man, I'm not even a giant Star Fox guy, but I'm in such a Star Fox mode this last week. Not bad at all, Star Fox. Thank you, Andros. Come on. Ow. I'm like aiming so poorly. There we go. Make my way around. I love the little the running of the little walker. It's so funny to me. Oh, did that even hit? That must have hit that one. Come on. Wow, maybe not. As you can tell, though, this is not a particularly difficult game. I'm playing on normal, like I said. If it wasn't for the dogfights, I would have played this on hard, but I really do find them weirdly hard on that mode. I don't know why, but everything else is like really fairly simple. No clue on expert. I've never played through expert. There we go, and we got the classic Andros in a cube. There we go. It's gone. But you didn't think that was going to be the end of it, did you? Oof. Still a lot of slowdown on like specific intense scenes. But for the most part, this definitely runs smoother than the original Star Fox. Down we go. Same music as Star Fox 1 here. Gonna follow Andros to the core. Impressive, but your existence ends here. I will put you to rest. Don't worry, it will be quick. It will be quick. For you, that's such a cool looking mask. And again, a giant improvement over, I mean, it's an iconic look, but it looked really funny. The Andros fight in the original game. This is super neat looking. But I think it's funny, your existence ends here. If you're talking to Faye and Miyu, yes, it does. After this fight, they cease to exist in the Star Fox universe. You'd think even in Command, with all the extra characters they dropped in that game, that they would have, like, found a place for Faye and Mia, but I don't know. It could have been because it was made by a different company. Because, like, a lot of the Star Fox games, like, very few of them are made by Nintendo. Star Fox 1 and 2 are made by Argonauts, Assault was made by Namco, Adventures was made by Rare. There we go, that was it. If you're playing on, I think at least hard, there is another form, and it's like the Andross' like true face kind of thing. It's fine. I mean, it's the same basic idea of a fight. I'm trying to think of what else. Star Fox Zero was made by Platinum Games, I think? And that one was really not well received. And again, it's still the only one I've never played. I guess I've never played Star Fox Guard either, which also came out for the Wii U. That's more of a separate minigame that came on a separate disc when you bought the game. It was super weird. But I do have both of those. I should probably try them out. Maybe as we continue. Good job! That was a nail biter. What? It wasn't all that bad. We toasted him. Face super cute. Apparently, so Miyu's like she's like a lynx. Oh, actual
It was a team effort. What's the mission? Adios, Andross. Let's head back to Corneria.
That's cool. Mew's like a lynx, and she's all like sassy and whatnot. And Faye is a dog who's, according to the manual, is like from like a rich posh family. I'm like, that's kind of a neat idea. Because like Fox and Peppy and Falco and Slippy aren't like from a rich thing. So that's a new idea for a background of one of the Star Fox members and stuff like that. I don't know. I just think it's really, really cool. Executing, security cross-check access granted. I mean, by that it means the staff roll. I love that. Plus, so you get the staff roll and you get the like enemy cast or whatever you want to call it there. Oh my gosh, so cool. So yeah, I guess this is technically the newest official Super Nintendo game to be released ever, back in 2017, which is crazy because that's 9 years ago now. But yeah, this was really cool. So while I said this was made by Argonauts, this was still Dylan Cuthbert. They have the actual original like British people there. I love that. They must have felt awesome like 20-something years later, being like, oh my god, they're releasing this game, and like you know, they didn't cop out and just said like have no credits or something. I don't know, just neat. So even though Argonauts did make this game, they were heavily helped by Nintendo. Miyamoto was very, very closely involved with Star Fox 1 and 2. I think that's really, really neat. The Cannon Betrayer. What a neat idea. Like, what a neat name for an attack carrier. This is a really cool one. Like I said, the core gameplay is very much reused in Star Fox Command for the DS, which has many missions that are like a little map, and you move your R-Wing around, and you get into little skirmishes. But each map has like different win and loss conditions, and there's branching story paths. And again, I know everyone else hates it, but I really, really, really enjoyed Star Fox Command. Its gameplay is a little repetitive, but I thought the stylus touch controls, surprisingly, were very good. Like, I don't know, I think it was neat. I don't care what anyone says. I'm trying to think, I was like, well, look at more than, I'm like, well, I like all the Star Fox games, kind of, so I can't say I liked it more than Adventures or Assault, so. The end. Anyways, that was just a fun, wild ride. I just wanted to really just play this, because it's, I don't know, it's super fun. Oh, what's my ranking? Probably not very good. My time, I don't think, was very good. My base score is okay. We only did 2 carriers and 2 planets, so not a lot of points. Corneria didn't get touched, so that's great. Yeah, we're gonna see. Boo! So it really was my time limit. Like, I don't know, I don't think I took that long, did I? Whatever. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me on something that was a little kind of very sudden. I didn't plan on doing this. I haven't played this game in such a long time since I got the Super NES Mini, so it was cool to just kind of jump back in there. But, yeah, with that, I'm Fill in the Blanks. See you next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.